You know, I've been noticing recently how I always start off each recording with my water. Something most people don't know about me is I'm a person who always has to do something with my hands. So I always keep a bottle of water nearby at like all times. Water. All right, let's continue on. I don't know how much further how much longer we have in this game. Oh, I should have hit restore. But I believe we were stuck last time we left off, so I'm going to have to figure some things out. We're 60% through the game. It's actually a pretty long game. I fully planned on spending about an hour and a half, 2 hours playing today. I got to get off, you know. There's a Mavs game coming on in a little bit, and the Mavs are kicking a really big booty. So, okay, so the main problem here is that we need to distract this dude, the guard, so that we can open this manhole.
Hey, you! You stay away from that.
And so I was having trouble figuring out how exactly I have to go about doing this. But, you know, we got time. I'll figure it out. This game hasn't been too difficult. I mean, I appreciate it. Like, the last point-and-click game I played was just ridiculous. I've got to Montfaucon, but the area's deserted. So, yeah, okay. Not telling me anything else interesting. You're not going to say anything else that I don't know.
Excuse me, officer.
Show him the cup?
What does this chalice suggest to you?
Why?
Yeah, that's right. Freaking old man.
I'll see you around.
I almost feel like what we need to do isn't here. So let's get out of here. The last point-and-click adventure game I played was ridiculous. It had like you could fail it. So it gave you like so many opportunities to completely fail it, and it would take you like 15 minutes to 30 minutes of exploring, trying to figure out where exactly you messed up. Like, you won't even know you messed up, but you wouldn't even know you messed up before you, before wasting a whole bunch of time and finally giving up and looking at a guide, like I did, you know?
Remember me?
It's like, you think it's just something you missed, like you gotta keep looking at every room and talking to everybody.
I need to swear.
Not that game.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Yes, we've already talked to you about this. We can't do anything yet, we're still sifting through the
when
evidence.
You are not exploring swears. What do you do? I take a lot of showers. Oh, very good, monsieur. Policeman, win.
I really appreciate how everything's voice acted in this game. Like, I mean, what are we gonna do with the cup? I mean, really, what are we gonna do with the cup?
The mausoleum was obviously of superior workmanship, but grimy and tarnished.
I mean, that's what you have now. That's what we were missing, and so I'd expect to get a little bit somewhere. Oh my gosh. My new puzzle-solving skills have uncovered an ancient hidden Templar chalice. Here we are. Now back to Paris to show Nico. Guess I promised the Countess I'll try to find out what happened to Don Carlos. I'm sure that everything is related in some way. So how are we going to figure out about Don Carlos? It's probably Don Carlos, but no, it's Don Carlos. They're Spanish. So I've got the chalice. Now it's time to follow that lead from Ireland and explore Montfaucon further. Well, I can't though, because the guard's in the way, and I don't know how to get him out the way. You start off by asking about traffic, and he just wants to hang out there. But what options do I have? Probably nothing in here. I've already looked around here. Anything? I kind of feel like going back to the museum. I mean, I already asked the museum guys about the chalice, and they didn't really say anything useful, but let's just check. Rue Jerry's the apartments. We shouldn't need to go back there. We don't need to talk to Nico. The police station? What do you want to talk about? Why can't we should be able to call people still. I've already snitched on these guys.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim.
Yes, we know, you're a wimp.
I see.
This dude's a
Where
wimp
did this alleged assault
and a
take place?
complete snitch.
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving.
Not that that's wrong,
Could
but
you describe the suspect?
this dude is a wimp.
One looked like a gorilla, and The other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flack and Guido.
Show him the chalice?
What do you think of this chalice, Sergeant? It's
Okay.
over 600 years.
It looks it. I wouldn't drink from that rusty old thing if I was you.
See you later,
Eh.
Sergeant.
I mean, to be honest, he's smarter than me. My first thought would probably be fill it with something and drink out of it. The museum. Anything else in here we can do? The bong. Can we mess with the tripod yet?
No, mister.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Okay. Can we knock this thing over? That's gonna have like be important later for something. I know it. That's gonna be important.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Ugh.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Here, I decided I'm gonna change up my camera. There. So that way I can get my hands in the screen a little bit more. How's that? Are we good? Okay, I kind of like this. Cool. Oh no, what the hell? Huh. Continuing on, anyways. Let's talk to this dude. Labino. Show him the
Hi,
cup.
Andre.
No, it's Andre. It's Andre
Hello,
Labino.
Georgie.
Georgie?
What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
Yes, but I need to ask about Don Carlos. Who could I ask about Don Carlos?
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on
Not
the
a
tripod
sausage. I'm
said
gonna start using that
it
one.
was found
I ain't no
in a
sausage,
temple
bro.
preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John D. at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you see? If I studied art.
Alright.
At your age? Do you know anything about medieval?
Not me, miss. It is the uniform.
And they ask you to part.
They asked me to party. They assume.
Whereas,
Of course not. Not like Monsieur.
can you give me any further information?
Certainly, monsieur. That tripod.
What's the importance of?
He was the most famous escapologist of the 16th.
Don't you mean alchemist?
Well, whatever he was.
What kind of experiment?
Oh, is it you?
Yeah. Can I take a close?
What? Get it? That tripod is
How sophisticated?
a painfully loud.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
Oh, I think now we might be getting somewhere.
On a movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
So,
Thanks for your help.
that's gonna be important later. Let's go back. Can we travel? No, we can't go anywhere. I mean, this is kind of our only option. There's gotta be something going on here. Let's check the wall sign again.
In French, English, and German, it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars. and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine.
Insane, you say? What is the diary? Oh. Oh.
I didn't have time to sit around.
Yeah, you do. I've been wasting a lot of time trying to figure out what's going on here.
Carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies,
Dude's a perv.
flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so... Whoa!
Oh, I forgot about that. The random whoa. They shouldn't have put that in. They should have done another take with the voice actor. If they were going to really put the whoa in, they should have like told him the context at which he was saying whoa. Not just like, hey, sir, today I'm going to need you to say whoa in a really shocking, surprised way. He did it once and they were like, that's it.
I guess.
It's got to be something to do with the statue, but like, why can't you just break off the piece that you're wanting so I can see what it is?
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross line. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Give it a good karate chop, you know, like the martial artists and stuff. They can do it.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
Yes, we know. Spanish. Yes, we know. Spain. Use the cup and just bash the side of it off, you know? It's already cracked. Just give it a good bash.
A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work.
Come on, we've got to, like, something's got to give here.
A knight.
I mean, our options are limited. Of course not. See, I really don't know. I really would think that these are 2 different areas, but they're not. So, I mean, we're just completely messed on options here. We've pretty much I believe we've shown the officer here pretty much everything we have. So whatever's going on here can't be here. The solution can't be here. Unless I'm just completely missing what's going on. Let's go back to Nico's apartment for
Hello, George.
whatever.
Just how long have you known Lava?
Oh, let's talk about this again.
He helped me out when I was a friend.
He never told me that. I thought he was just...
So you know, he hasn't changed much.
Yeah, and she gets salty about him asking about her personal life.
I'd forgotten him.
Do you think the assassin...
I don't think so. He could have finished it. Besides, Marquet would have recognized.
He was pumped to the gills with... He wouldn't have recognized the... Let's take another... There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Which we don't have yet.
There's a guy working on a loom. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
How do you know? Well, I mean, I was gonna make a centaur joke, but how do you know it's not a centaur and one guy riding him? But there was the horse. So that didn't help.
This is the chalice.
Show her the chalice. What does she say about the chalice again? absolutely
Better
nothing.
get back to the quest.
So we can't even investigate anything in her room. So that was completely pointless. What's going on here? There's nothing going on in the cafe.
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineer's telephone.
Yeah, and it won't let us call anybody. Nope. Huh. Montfaucon, there's gotta be something here we're just missing.
Excuse me. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Yeah, and he talks about that sign over there.
They were and hanged it.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy.
No, monsieur.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Okay.
Would you like to shake? I stopped my.
Yeah, and then we didn't do it. Yeah. Show him the diamond. And he doesn't even care.
No, it's not. What? So I didn't. Take a look at this.
Ah,
Does this match?
the pattern looks.
Hmm.
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Yes, it's for that over there. You just need to go away for a little
Have you
bit.
seen this man before?
No.
I believe him.
Oh,
Is that all you?
I did wonder if I, but it didn't.
Do you know what this is?
Ah,
Yeah, he thinks it's nose candy. He
You
thinks
tried
it's the
to sniff
booger
this
sugar.
stuff, you'd wall up it's plaster of Paris.
it did work.
Yeah.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
It resonates with my soul.
Across very.
It is.
No, I am just
What do you make?
delighted.
Hell no.
Then please.
I'll see you around.
Okay, so that was useless. So we've exhausted everything with this dude. I have no idea what's going on. Is there a way I can just stand here and you pass out or something? He's just watching me.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. Huh?
Yeah, we know there's something down there.
I couldn't open it with.
Tis a mystery.
I once read a. It didn't, obviously. This guy.
What are we missing? Nothing with the seats or nothing. I mean, I feel like there's something with the statue I'm missing.
A statue of a knight holding a staff. It looked a lot like the statue on top of the De Vasconcellos mausoleum.
Yes, I know. I have your cup. Where do I put it?
In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hair. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church. other than deported. On the end of the staff,
Ow.
a scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That
What can we do? Hit it with the Kleenex. Hit it with a diamond. Hit it with your electrician card. Hit it with the matchbook. And to be honest, I feel like that's fair. If any of those had actually worked, I'd probably feel horrible.
First seemed to be a fine engraved chasing on the scroll was actually writing.
Per disciplinum meam
Well, this is new.
lux Davis.
Sounds pretty familiar to me.
Per disciplinum meum lux Davis.
Oh, you just gotta keep clicking on it?
Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had
I
been
disagree.
Pretty optimistic, I guess.
Do that
Per
again.
disciplinum meum lux Davis.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had been pretty
Just pointing down.
optimistic, I guess. I didn't recognize them. A stone knight carrying a stone.
Give them their cup.
A stone.
Give them the cup. Give them the diamond. Okay.
Per disciplinum meum lux Davis.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow.
I'm looking for
Hoping
clues.
for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess. On the end of this. On the end of.
I'm so confused.
Per
So,
disciplinum
what are we looking for
meum
here? I wish I knew what that meant.
Davis.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow.
All I see is
Hoping for a
like her
big
hand
insight
pointing down
while
and the
squinting
other
through
hand
a
pointing
hunk of
up.
Statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess. A knight there in the company. Biblical references engraved into the tomb. My God. And I didn't recognize. I didn't have time. I didn't have.
It has a different icon on it than just looking at it. So, like, it makes me feel like you can do something here. Let's go back. Can we talk to...
I didn't have time to sit around. I didn't.
No, I just want you to walk. There we go. Let's go talk to the guard. Is he saying anything interesting now? Probably not. I thought we figured something out.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
And we have absolutely nothing to talk
See you
about.
around.
Vive
come on, there's gotta be something here. Why would we be looking through it like a telescope and it's pointed exactly at that freaking piece of the stained glass window? What is there?
I didn't recognize.
Can you like what is this? What is this purple object? Let me look at this.
I didn't. Per disciplinum meum lux bedavis.
Am I really gonna have to look this up?
A bit of a stained glass window.
Like what that says,
Hoping for a
or
big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
that's completely optimistic in this kind of scenario that you found yourself in.
Meum lux bedavis. A bit of a stained glass window.
I don't see nothing.
Hoping for a big
It's like a Where's
insight
Waldo
while
picture that you can only
squinting
stare at
through
for a
a
few seconds at a
statuary.
time.
Had been pretty optimistic, I guess. On the end of the stat. On the end. A stat. So, a coincidence?
No. What does this cup have to
Chalice
do with
from the
anything?
mausoleum was obviously of superior workmanship, but grimy and tarnished.
What? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Use the freaking cup with the manhole cover. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna do anything. I do not care. I do not care. I'm searching this up because this seems, I was saying earlier just how, like, fair this game has been so far. I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing here, so. There's not a clown. Oh, I know what it is, and I feel like should be my fault because like I probably would have known this if I'd been paying a little bit more attention. but this seems kind of silly. So we know that there are going to be two robbers that are trying to rob the museum for this tripod. So we have to hide. How do we hide? This. And like I knew we could use this to hide. I didn't know we could use it whenever the dude's looking away. We're supposed to time it right when he's not here, when he's not around.
Don't even think of climbing. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it...
We are definitely supposed to be getting in there.
Do you have a fit?
I just love the smell of them.
No, monsieur.
Look away.
Okay.
He's looking away.
No, monsieur.
Okay, I gotta look at it again because apparently,
Okay.
apparently I'm also wrong about this. I don't. Come on. I don't know, and I'm looking at a guide, and apparently a guide can't help me. What the hell is going on? I don't know. I should talk to this guy and talk to him about the people that I should have already talked to this dude about.
Is the guy in this phone?
No,
Okay, well that was pointless. So what do we do?
you're welcome.
So this is what we do. We distract him with the window. We hide in here.
It is closing time.
That's frustrating, but whatever, man. Whatever.
Maybe there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, monsieur.
Bring in the thuggies.
Quit fooling around, you moron. Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
See, this game isn't exactly hard as long as there's not one thing you miss, and that was the one thing I missed. For some reason, I was in the wrong place. Okay.
What the? Who's there? Let's get out of here!
Ooh. Nice. Who is you?
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor George.
What a mess.
Poor
I bummed the whole
George.
thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean it was you
It was
who
her.
stole the tripod?
Nice.
Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plan.
Savage, man.
We're supposed to be in this together. But how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Donne celle que je suis please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased.
Man, she gets really salty whenever you freaking ask about her relationships, but it's... Dang, she's getting a little flirty with you there. So she's got the tripod now.
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
The gem fits perfect.
You gotta say the magic
What does
words.
that prove?
maybe the tripod has to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Yeah, take them both. I was about to say.
I'd better get
Get
back
out.
to the quest.
So now we should be able to go back to Montfaucon. Watch this. Watch this. Look at that. There's completely there's NPCs that weren't there, and I was completely looking in the wrong direction. I'll be right back. I'm using the restroom. See, check this out. There's a juggler now. The clown.
Excuse me, officer.
You have nothing else to say. Mess with the clown. Talk to the family, though. Why not? That was mean. See, you gotta move him away from the manhole.
Hey, you with the balls.
Because you can't get to the manhole with him there on top of it. So it's like, man, if this guy had been there to begin with, I wouldn't have been searching around so... I don't know. Maybe I would. I don't know.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
What is a juggler?
You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
Jongleur.
Juggler? What's that?
Mon Dieu. A jongleur is an artist, a master of
I'm getting
the
hungry.
controvertic, a urban
I want a burger.
In centuries past, the courts of the crowned of Europe and the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turn in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders. Plague ravages the land, and the
Did the French invent juggling?
Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler that
I mean-
throws balls around. I don't think so.
Maybe that's like a jester thing?
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not?
It's actually pretty dang hard. Oof.
No?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
It's pretty nice.
I had no
I love
idea
these
what
old
it
like
was.
90s
This
style
guy
point and
was
click games.
obviously a
Because I,
genius. So how
played them back in the
difficult
day.
could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult.
Yeah. I remember I was taking guitar classes back when I was a kid, and one of the things the teacher wanted us to do is learn how to juggle.
After all,
Because if you can juggle, you can have the hand-eye coordination necessary to play the guitar, apparently.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
I still can't juggle.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Ah, you are a clown.
How could you tell?
Do I look like a clown?
No. Although you juggle like one. Now, if I
No, the clown juggles well, so...
amusing and not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Whoever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy.
Yeah, I still got,
But
like,
if I juggle badly without
like 4 or 5 or 6 of these to go.
Noon. Oui, monsieur. You have it.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Okay. Talk to the clown again. I accidentally skimmed over this part.
Oui?
This part was giving me trouble before this clown showed up.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques Mollet, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur.
Just assuming he's stupid because he juggles.
Over there.
That's a stereotype. There.
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Oh yeah, I'm the one humiliated, Mr. Paint on his face.
Okay, now for my secret weapon.
Fail. Oh, they gave you a
Was
good clap anyway.
speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls
Giggity.
and left in a fury. Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Man, I wasted so much time in this area. Can we talk to the family? Oh, okay. Now we know what to do. Thank you very much. Let's finally go in these sewers. We've had that cup forever. Show me what to do with the cup. Mass Saver is Nico. I guess you did a good job. We do have the tripod, and I found the gem. Next move is to head to the side of Montfaucon and see if I can figure out what to do with them. Fooled an idiot juggler or jongleur, as he wanted to be called, and now I go to the sewer here I go again into another sewer. Yeah, don't pick up any used tissues like you did last time, you weirdo. That's been the funniest part of this game, is showing all the people the tissue paper from the sewer. Like, you're going in the sewer, why would you pick up used tissue? So what do we got here?
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
So what's the goal here?
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence. The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone. The wall seemed in very poor condition. The inscription was undecipherable. The plaster had cracked and was falling away. I wondered why.
Plaster, huh? Oh, come on. You know I was correct about that.
My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, this is where the gallows used to stand. Maybe.
So what would we want to hook? Is there anything we need to put this hook on? Go to the right. Ooh. Oh! Spooky.
I pushed against the door.
You beat it with the cup. Well,
The door was a handsome piece of work.
is that all you're gonna let me look at here? Okay.
The inscription was hard to read, There were 3 arches, each with an inscription.
Yeah. That makes me think you want to put the chain on one of these. And like somehow pull it down.
Maybe not.
Lower down the chain again. And the hook. What do we do with this?
The hook lay in a... The wall had flaked. There were 3...
Yes, I know that.
The hook... If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, I was going to have to get onto that path. If the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily.
What are we doing here? We're very limited.
The hook lay...
We'll pick it up. What even is this?
It was a simple but elegant tripod made of metal, with traces of colored enamel still visible in places. The inscription was hard. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood, maybe.
Yeah, this is where they hung. That's what this door is all about. But you push and push on the door and it won't open, right?
Rats. It's...
Oh, it's locked.
Maybe not. It was the bright red ball I got from the...
What are we going to use this for? Ball in the cup?
There. The door. The door. The door was locked.
The sewer does seem to be a dead end. Being that it said that, I'm going back up. Go to the right here. Mr. Dude. How are you doing today?
Excuse me, Father.
Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
I'm sure it is.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling.
Yeah, I
I've
was
been
thinking
helping
about
Father
that.
Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui.
Giggity?
Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
Dang.
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what
There we go.
per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That will be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, sure.
What do you make
Show
of
him the
this
chalice.
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Yeah.
Very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
That was a weird trade. Not trade, handoff.
On the end of the staff, around the... Well, I could have, but I'm other than... A scroll... I could... Per discipline... Sentence per discipline... A bit of a stained glass window. Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Okay, talk to the priest.
Still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have
Just look at everything.
a stone carrying all that armor around. A stone. I wondered if
Maybe.
a knight there in the company of his spouse. Biblical reference. My God, I didn't have time to.
You do actually have time to sit around.
The priest was.
Let me guess. Walk out, come back.
The priest was still.
I wonder if there's something we're supposed to do.
I had no desire.
I don't think there's a point. So, are you just gonna go to town on that for like until I solve something, or is it actually timed? Because I'm wondering if I need to do something here now.
Somehow it looked more.
Well, now we know why.
I didn't recognize the biblical. In comparison to its. A bit of a stained glass. Hoping
She's
for a
pointing
big-
down.
Had
She's pointing down, and that would make me think of whatever the hell this is. But no.
on the end of the staff. On the end. The priest.
I feel like we need to figure something. We have to figure something out.
I didn't.
Let's go talk to Nico. I really don't think there's anything we can do in the sewers, because the problem with the sewers is it just doesn't look like there's a whole lot of options we have to deal with. Is Nico got anything to talk about? Nico?
Hello, George.
Anything? No, you don't. Show her the ball.
No way.
Why not?
I'd better get back to the.
So, can we get back to... Is he gonna be finished polishing the chalice now?
The priest was still busy with the chalice.
Is this time-based? I have to actually solve something here in this church then. He said, have a look around the church while I finish polishing this. And he ain't done yet. So what's going on here?
A knight there in the company of. biblical references in my guess.
Yes.
The priest was still busy with...
And we're not gonna just break this thing off with him right there.
A scroll. A skull. I could... Per disciplinum... Per disciplinum... Meum...
So look through it.
David.
It doesn't give us any prompts or nothing like that we can click on after we look at it, so, I mean, it's gotta be just a hint.
A hunk of statuary. Had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Huh.
In comparison to its...
Okay. There's just not a... There's not a whole lot of things we can interact with that we haven't already.
I was a Sunday school dropout. The priest was still busy.
Will you quit polishing for a second and give it to me? Let's go down the sewers. Let's check out what's going on. See if we can figure anything out here. Probably not. I really doubt it. Yeah, because we can't attach the chain to anything. I would think that's what you want to do. Try to attach it to one of these walls and pull it down by moving the boat downstream, but that's what I would do.
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it. The wall seemed the inscription was undecipherable. I wonder...
We have plaster, but you've already shown me you don't want to do anything. Like, just like kick it down.
Hey, that's hollow. I poked a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this. There was some sort of mechanism hidden inside the wall, with a lever in the middle of it.
When you're just clicking around and you figure out the solution, and you feel like a stupid, because I tried that with like something else in this game, like just beat it down with the no, that wasn't a thing, but here it was a thing.
Here goes. The secret door had jammed. I couldn't get through that gap.
Get the chain. Yes. Push it downstream. Oh, or you could just do that. Nice. That worked out. That works, you know. Hey. Oh.
Boy, had I ever made a mess of that door.
Yeah, but I mean...
The door mechanism was trapped.
What else were you supposed to do?
It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that.
Down we go. Spooky caves, man. Looks like a butthole.
At the bottom of the steps, I could see a glow. I could hear voices from the lit area. It seemed a good moment to be cautious.
Really? Voices? Well, be cautious, but go.
Good moment to...
Well, that's not very... Oh, what is this?
In the beginning was the end.
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
In the end will be a beginning.
So these must be the Templars, right?
An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report. The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Some Illuminati shit.
Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and diffidence is growing.
This was that lady who was
Corporations are becoming too large and
Dr. Evil's right-hand lady, right?
Control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging.
And these guys got some real anger issues. It's from the tone of their voices.
The tired old governments
Not you.
dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. Professor, where is the broken
I was wondering when they were
sword?
gonna bring in the whatever the broken sword was.
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
Yeah.
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location.
So that's what we're
A small
searching
army
for.
Of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Igram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed.
So it's the Hashashin that are bad. The ones, or well, they're all bad.
He's an assassin. Plain
The
and
dude with a
simple.
face tattoo.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty, a trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it, but time is short.
What are you gonna do with a sword? Like this is the I believe this is not the 21st century, but this is gonna be like this is like 1990 or something like that. Like, what are you gonna do? Bang!
Baphomet.
Yes, of course.
Dude pulls out his sword.
We will find
Bang.
Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually revealing this.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
What did you
But
find?
I
I'll
might
go
have
steal
people
it.
working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our
Ooh.
own.
Shots
Of
thrown.
course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
So we're probably going to Syria next.
I feel
Next.
so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our
Finally, we're
endeavors
gonna quit
come
talking.
to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition.
Yeah, right.
The next time that we meet.
These old people go to lift it and they're they can't even budge it.
Of this world.
Wow.
Why would they take a boat when there's a staircase? Well, I mean, I guess it's a secret passage or whatever, but think about the setup here. Gate crashed a meeting of influential leaders from the military, business, government, and academia. Recognized the academy. He was hanging around the Hotel Ubu. Must have been staking out Khan. Now let's go down. And I'll inspect this place in a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a short break. I'm back. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what's going on here with this room. If it were a pentagram, that'd be a completely different story with this.
In the middle of the circle was a stump of stone, a shaft of daylight from the world above, lancing down to touch it.
With 3 little markers. Wait a minute.
The tripod's feet fitted neatly into the notches on the top of the stump. The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays.
Marib?
And each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the left, I could read M-A-R-I-B.
I was about to be like, Mario?
Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck
Mario
that
is
meant.
responsible?
Nico, I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you
I did
saw the
illegal
right thing?
I
things.
saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The
Isn't
bogus doctor
Baphomet
who
like
killed Marquet? The manuscript
a demon or something?
just as we thought. It shows the way.
I'm pretty sure that's a
the
demon.
broken
The name of like a demon in
whatever
like
that is.
And how does
some
he
kind
have
of
to get
satanic
into it?
lore. I don't know.
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes,
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They
They're gonna
said
kill
something
you.
about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria, but they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Yep, I'm right. We're going to Syria next.
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Let's get out of
Do you
here.
think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Man, you've already been to like you're like, let's think about this. This dude is just on vacation. He's been to Paris, been to France, Ireland, freaking Spain. This dude's now going to Syria. Jesus. This dude got in way over his head with this vacation. I mean, I guess it's the adventure of a lifetime, but gate crashed a meeting event. Okay, I already did that. Oh, yeah, we have a few pages. Found out what the tripod and gem were for, placed on the stump at the center of the circle where the Neo-Templars had met. The gem refracted light on 5 letters. Yeah, we got Marib. Okay. Now on Marib, the village revealed by the tripod and gem need to start hunting for clues for as to what happened to this Klausner guy and the lens he is supposed to have found. And somehow we're gonna find it before the bad guys do, magically.
Speaking you the English?
That is what you don't want to do.
Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes. See,
Imagine going to somebody else, like another country, and like being a douche. Like, I can't imagine that.
meet you. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality.
Like, I can't imagine like going to a country like Japan that, like, you know, and then acting like a fool. You know, it's like, come on, man.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Go stand. Does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a
The
couple of
freaking
items.
gun.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster.
Yeah, and me taking 4 years of Spanish in the American education system, and all I know how to do is curse.
Does the word
And this dude, the people out there just like pick it up by themselves, reading and stuff.
Templar, why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes, a splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great. That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
My freaking back.
So all Templar means...
I have an old person back.
I only watched it for the stick man with the
I also
halo.
just need to get a better
It
chair
was
though, to be
better
honest.
animated.
I've been looking at a lot of them, but unfortunately the kind of chairs I want are very expensive.
I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't
They have
mean
really nice computer
Well,
chairs these
there was
days.
the Order of Knights who
I didn't know
were
that
out in an inquisition
So
in
about a month
1312.
ago when I started searching it up.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
A what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on. I know all this stuff.
Never mind.
That dude's gonna go on to frickin' like cure diseases and shit.
Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
I'm trying to check the score on that Dallas game. Alright, you're my friend. Are we gonna get him with the shock?
Here, shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir.
See, that kid's going places. He didn't fall
Come
for
on,
it.
Nijo.
Toodle pip, sir.
Toodle pip. That's a good one. I like you. I like you. Hit the ding. Oh, look at you. I don't like you as much. Oh, okay. I just want to pet the
As I
kitty.
didn't see the point of going all the way over there to get scratched, I stayed where I was.
Alright, so big dude's moving around. So what am I going to have to do that involves him being on the other side of the area? Okay, for starters, let's talk to the dudes, I guess.
Hello. I was
Oh, that is a
wondering
lady.
whether you could help me.
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I do for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me.
Oh my gosh. This is the kind of person that doesn't make it out of these kind of areas.
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
Me? Oh, a gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband and I run a greetings card company in a cute little place called Akron in Ohio.
Akron? Cute? Little?
This is definitely a lady who would yell at a waitress.
Is your husband around, Pearl?
Well,
do
as a
it.
matter of fact, yes, he is. Sorry to disappoint you.
Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac stand?
Oh, you've met him? His name's Nejo, you know. Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take
That
him
explains
back to
it.
Ohio.
He might not think...
That explains
I'm
it.
looking for something ancient, you know. Something to impress the folks back home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found anything.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but God,